Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about My Hero Academia. Yes, it is back. Season 6, Episode 1. Not much of a preview. I was fully expecting a little preview of them reintroducing all of the characters as they have done so in the past. But no, we just kind of got right into the action with this one. So, upcoming videos, how it's going to work, because there's 3 different shows all on the same day. My Hero Academia came out yesterday, obviously on Saturday the 1st. Also Spy X Family, and also Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. So a lot of shows I want to cover. Probably My Hero Academia is probably just going to be reviews. I may or may not do a clip. The clips are probably going to be Uzaki-chan and Spy X Family, most likely. That's probably how I am going to do it. And then Chainsaw Man is coming out, Bleach is coming out, Mob Psycho 100, which I really want to watch, but I still have not watched it at all. So we'll see if I do anything with that. That might just be my feel-good show where I don't actually make a video about it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the review here. So basically, we're just the intro to this is very quick. It's basically like, okay, you know, Midoriya, he became a hero. All for One is gone. Now we have the Liberation Front, Paranormal Liberation Front. Just kind of briefly addresses them. Basically leaving off where we left off, the end of Season 5. Todoroki is a little, not Todoroki, Shomaru rather here. There we go. Yep, I can do names. Got to remember the names. You know, it's been a minute since we've had My Hero Academia. He's pretty beat up, and the heroes are now devising a master plan, basically to get the Doctor. That's the current plan, is to get the Doctor, get everybody shut down, invade everything. We have a nice little meeting here between Hawks and Twice. We have, Dabi. There's some underlings to each one. They kind of mentioned that. Hawks talking about a creed. And Twice trying to figure it out now that he's like a leader and doesn't really know what to do here. Got a nice view of all of the villains. It looks like Ray Destroyer might have legs again. Possibility. I know his legs kind of got crushed, so they have the Doctor, so it's definitely a possibility they just gave him legs. Hawks is trying to, appease Twice. He realizes that Twice is like a massive threat. When Twice was actually 100%, he got everything under control. He was like, yeah, this dude's like a massive, crazy threat. His quirk is terrifying, but he also thinks that there's some good in there. This is them pretty much just running through what's going to happen. You have all of these different split-up teams. You have the Endeavor team and the Deadshot team. Mirko, that is a fan favorite from a lot of people. We're going to get to see more of her next episode. We get to see a little bit of her in this episode. You got Team Deadshot, Team Endeavor. Couple of the heroes. A couple of Class 1A and 1B are a little scared because her right here, names I can't pronounce. They're pushing a few of them to the front because they have these very large, wide-range attacks, and they're all kind of scared and terrified. They're like, why are we at the front? I would be with Class 1A. And the gist of it is pretty much that they have these big, wide-range attacks, so they're using them up front. We get to see, all of Class 1A. We don't really do a lot with them in this episode. Talking about Hawks, kind of just reiterating a little bit of backstory in here. So Death Arms and this guy, the only ones that don't know, I think it's because he realizes that this guy is part of the Liberation Front, and maybe Death Arms is too. We didn't really get a whole lot of interesting kind of facts. No idea who this guy is. There's a lot of people in the background that are like heroes that we have no idea what their abilities or their quirks are. We may or may not get introduced to some new people, but we'll see what happens. This is them invading the hospital. There's the Doctor. And we find out that the Doctor actually has a quirk of his own. And basically, it's a ageless quirk to a certain extent, where he kind of doesn't age. And that would make sense because, he's kind of looked like the same age forever. So it would make sense that All for One would do that to him. Basically, a regenerative ability and massive healing quirks. Because, this is basically his true face without the quirks. So they say that he doesn't have a quirk, but he definitely has some sort of quirk, which would make sense. Even though in this case he is just a duplicate. And the reason that he is a duplicate is because, he's doing his own thing in the basement. There's a sub part of the morgue in the hospital that's restricted to everybody but him, and that's where he's got all the Nomu, all the quirks stockpiled. He's got Shigaraki hiding in there. Mirko is just kind of like, she's super fast. Obviously she has all the abilities of a rabbit, so she's just kind of sprinting in there, going after the doctor. And then we have this crazy giant, well, I don't know if there's one Nomu, couple of Nomu, there's like drills and stuff. I don't know what's going on, but we know that the Nomus are basically puppets without a command. The thing with Twice's duplicates too is that pretty much unless they get injured, they don't really go away. So they can just kind of be around, and that's exactly what happened. He had his duplicate doing everything. So Shomaru has been in this tank. Apparently there's still a month left, roughly, for him to get his power up or whatever the heck's happening to him. Probably he's going to get some regenerative abilities at the very least. Have all these different Nomu stockpiled with different abilities. Mirko is just like how fun, and pretty much, I don't know if she actually like killed any of these things, but she definitely kind of like smacked them and went flying. He wanted this guy to teleport them, but Mirko kind of beat him to the punch, and that's kind of where we end it. Let's see here. I'll play a couple seconds of it. You don't want to get no copyrights. There you go. That's her kind of jumping in at the end, and the next episode is called Mirko, so it's going to be interesting because I think it's going to be kind of her versus all of the Nomu, so that will definitely be interesting to see. We get a little bit of a preview here. In number 5 hero Mirko, yeah. So why is she number 5 and not higher up? Well, I guess we'll find out next episode. Yeah, poor electric guy whose name I can't remember. Yeah, that's going to be something hard too. I'm going to have to remember all of these names. It looks like she's having a tough time based on this preview. Got some blood dripping from her forehead. Hopefully some people run in to help her out. Yeah, so he says the students are providing. Yeah, pretty much what they're doing with the majority of the students is they don't want them to get hurt. Obviously, they are not pro heroes. They just have provisional licenses. They still have a long way to go. So they're kind of kicking all of them to the back, which makes sense. They're more the evacuation team, more of, all right, if there's any people left over, get them out of the hospital, get them out of here. This is going to basically essentially be a battleground. It may or may not, which clearly now it is based on this preview, and we need to get these people out of here. I was slightly kind of confused, kind of like a happy confused, because they didn't reintroduce the characters. I fully expected this episode to be what they have done for the past several seasons, which is the first episode is kind of like a filler episode, but at the same time, because we've been away from the characters for a while, it reintroduces you to all of the characters. They didn't really do that with this episode, and I was kind of expecting it. And initially, I think if I remember, I complained about it. I was like, oh, we know all the characters. We've been here for 5 seasons, whatever. But at the same time, when it's been like a year, I think it's been like a year roughly since we've seen. I think it was October of 21. I think it was October of last year. Was the last time we had My Hero Academia out. So it's been a year, there's other stuff you're doing, other stuff you're watching, and I definitely have forgotten, besides a few of the main characters, obviously, but you see I'm struggling here with a few of the names. So that's something I kind of wish they did a little bit, and I'm sure they'll have like the cutscene comebacks where they had one for Midoriya, Deku, things along those lines. Obviously, there's a couple of characters you're going to remember the names of, and they do reiterate it and put it on the screen, Aizawa, Eraserhead, things like that. But I think it really wouldn't have been a terrible idea to do like the first, 5 minutes of this episode reintroducing characters. But I know they also have a lot of chapters to cover this season too. I believe like every other season, we're probably getting 25, 26 episodes altogether, probably 13 episodes, little break in between, and then another 13 episodes. That's typically how they do these things. But, overall, for a first episode, excellent setup. Definitely, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. Excellent setup, as I said. Basically, you're just setting up everything for this epic battle that's about to take place, and you're definitely getting built up that anticipation. Like, all right, here's the plan. It's ready to go. Let's go, and then kind of end the episode on that cliffhanger, and then you're just like, yeah, let's go, let's go beat the crap out of some Nomu. Let's capture this doctor. Let's get it done. And I think the majority of the season is probably going to be regarding that. It's going to be a lot of action this season, which a lot of people are going to like. Season 5 was pretty weak, was the general consensus on that. So I think Season 6 is hopefully going to live up to all of the hype of the chapters, and we'll just have to wait and see. As I said, I'm going to be doing reviews of My Hero Academia either Saturday or Sunday whenever I get around to them. Hopefully there'll be a couple of clips of Uzaki-chan, and also Spy X Family, probably do like a clip there. May or may not do a clip of My Hero Academia, we'll see. Being that there's 3 things coming out on the same day. I know Bleach is coming out again, Chainsaw Man, and Mob Psycho, so there's 3 additional ones that are coming out within the next couple of weeks, so maybe I'll pick 2 shows to review and then do clips of the others, and then we'll see what happens. I know I'm still trying to get monetized here, so hopefully by the 15th of this month I can actually get monetized. That's when I'm eligible to resubmit for monetization, and then we'll see what happens. That's all I can say. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.